Welcome to the Fishbowl Radio, everybody. My name is Chief here, and joining me today is Juicy. We're gonna be doing a kind of recap of what happened with Louisiana Ragin Cajuns versus South Alabama, and we're also gonna be doing a recap of LSU versus Auburn. Then we'll preview both of their next games. LSU will be playing Tennessee this Saturday, and the Cajuns are gonna be going on the road to take on Marshall. And as always, we'll have your top 25 picks for this Week 6 edition of the Fishbowl Radio College Football Preview here. Without further ado, let me welcome to the show Juicy. How you doing today, Juicy?
Oh, I'm good. How are you doing over here?
It's going very well here. Let's kind of recap what happened with the Cajuns versus South Alabama. In that game there, South Alabama ended up beating the Cajuns on the last second field goal here and ended up beating them 20-17. So we were keeping track of something, me and Mike Honcho, and I thought it was very interesting here. Until 42 seconds left to go in the fourth quarter, the Cajuns had not scored an offensive touchdown in 6 straight quarters. So the offense is obviously the biggest need for the Cajuns so far this year. It has been for a long time this season here. You see this getting any better? Even they even put a new quarterback in. I mean, like with Ben Wilders coming in, not new quarterback, but like Ben Wilders coming in, having that one quarterback look like Chandler Fields has suffered some kind of injury because he only threw the ball 7 times, while Wooldridge threw the ball for 29 times. Definitely stayed on the field a lot longer in that game there. As far as like passing stats went, Wooldridge was 18 of 29, had 1 interception for 90 yards and a touchdown. And he got sacked 1 time. Chandler Fields was 4 of 7, a little bit more efficient, 25 yards, no touchdowns. He also had an interception. The Cajuns finished the day passing the ball for 115 yards, while the running game made up 192 yards. Chris Smith did get injured in the game. He had 12 rushes for 107 yards. So, I mean, you look at what happened there. What you think, Juicy? How you feel going forward with the Cajuns offense?
Well, they definitely got some work to do. I mean, we could sit here and go into detail about it and break it down, but I mean, it definitely doesn't help that Chandler Fields got hurt. So, like you said, I thought he was pretty efficient. Good with the ball. Woolridge, I see I know he threw a pick, but I think hopefully Chandler Fields is not too serious.
Yeah,
I have to get back and hopefully get the ball, get back on track.
Yeah, I think the Cajuns, one of the hardest things with them this year is I like having them settling on one quarterback. Who I think the better quarterback is, if you look through all the games, Woodward had a better completion percentage until this game here. I'll have to go back and look at all the games here, but you look at the rushing attempts for both USA and Louisiana here with South Alabama. South Alabama ran the ball 37 times. They gained 133 yards rushing the ball here. No positive gain, and they lost 17 yards on the ground. They had 116 net yards rushing. Cajuns had 163 rushing yards in that game. They had 30 rushing attempts for 5.4 yards a carry compared to Alabama's 3.1. South Alabama ran the ball more in this game here. Cajuns first downs, South Alabama had 21, Louisiana had 17. But considering everything that happened here, the Cajuns, they did very well on defense here. In this game, they limited South Alabama to 361. In this game, Cajuns offense only got 2.
They stopped them what mattered the most, which was stopping them from.
But down the field. Yeah, that's the problem here. So one problem that the Cajuns have here is a lot of people ain't talking about this here. If you look at time of possession here, time of possession is a really big thing in these games here, which this game wasn't as lopsided like the Rice game was for the Cajuns here. This one was 30 minutes and 18 seconds. Cajuns had the ball for 29 minutes and 42 seconds. So As it got down, their defense can't rest. What really helped the Cajuns out though, but this is broken down by quarter here, so they're about dead even in the first quarter between South Alabama and the Cajuns. South Alabama was at 7:42. Cajuns were at 7:18 in possession time. Second quarter, the South Alabama was at 10:47. Cajuns had the ball for 4 minutes 13 seconds. So third quarter, they had the ball for 8 minutes 16 seconds. Cajuns had the ball for 6 minutes and 44 seconds. The fourth quarter, the Cajuns really evened it up. 3 minutes and 33 seconds. Cajuns had the ball for 11 minutes 27 seconds. So whatever they did in the fourth quarter needs to keep happening because it kept them having the ball longer and able to wear out South Alabama's defense more to where they're able to drive down the field and actually score some points here. But third downs have been a killer for the Cajuns. They were 6 of 16. South Alabama was 12 of 21. The problem with the Cajuns here is it's obviously what lost them the game is field goals. Field goals was a bad. Kenneth Almendarez had a bad night. He was 1 of 3 on field goals. Alabama was 2 of 2, and that was the game right there, really. He makes any of those, that's 6 points off the board right there that the Cajuns didn't get. So, I mean, it could very well similarly swing. Cajuns could be 1-1 in conference play if those field goals are made in that game. So you don't want to beat yourself in a 23-20 win for the Cajuns if he makes either one of those. If he makes both those field goals there.
It looked like the game was going to really get out of hand for a minute. South Alabama seemed like they were going to kind of run away with it.
Yeah, at one point it was 17-7, like you mentioned, the beginning part of the fourth, and it's like, okay, you got to start. And then Kenneth Almendarez made a 51-yard field goal, which made it 17-10. And then the 1-yard touchdown pass from Ben Woodridge got them tied up 17-17. Then South Alabama drove down the field, hit a 43-yard field goal as time expired to knock off the Cajuns here. So as we recap this and go ahead forward against Marshall here, we're going to make a prediction on this game here pretty soon, Juicy. But if you let's look at offensive rankings here. NCAA football this year, you're going to kind of wonder, where is my team at, right? So I wish you can sort this by team, which is amazing. So let's go down to Marshall here. They have this kind of different than I would like. Oh, it don't have, okay, that's weird. Oh, okay, it's divided up into pages. I was wondering where everybody was at. Let's see. So yeah, if you're down on the first page, that's not too good. Marshall is 56 in the country on offense. They ran 382 plays. They're at 5.54 yards a play there. So hopefully that works its way out. Whereas the Cajuns here, they're not even on the second page of this. So that tells you how great their offense has been this year. The Cajuns are ranked 100. The Cajuns are ranked 108th in offense in the country so far this year. And their average yards per game is 326. So 108th in the country offense, which is not a winning formula if you're talking about, performance-wise there. So I wish it would be a little bit better, but we'll see how it goes here. But I don't think that as far as total offense goes, Cajuns need a lot of help here in terms of that. But I think the Cajun defense is really what keeps them in this game here. And you know what's a surprising fact? Do you see about this? James Madison has the number 1 ranked defense in college football this year so far.
Obviously against great competition.
I mean, hey, you got to give them credit, though. LSU's ranked 19th on defense so far this year.
It's pretty good. Better competition.
South Alabama's 21st in the country so far in defense. So we'll see where everybody's at. The Cajuns are ranked 67th so far.
What's Marshall ranking?
Marshall, if you look at Marshall here, their defense has been, according to these stats here, if you look at what, dang, Florida's this far down?
Oh, let's just hear about Sorry.
Yeah, I was kind of wondering what I must have passed him up. I don't see him right here. Give me a second. But yeah, Marshall has a pretty good offense, like we've been saying here. I'm trying to see where they're at. They're probably on the second page. I thought I had saw them earlier, and I just unless they're on the first page here. Yeah, they must be on the first page. I wish they had all these on like one list. I wish it was like a big fat like I wanted to like find out. Whew. Marshall 17th in the country on
Oh
defense.
wow.
So both those they beat the Cajuns in both categories. I do think the Cajun defense keeps the Cajuns in the game in this one up until the fourth quarter. Because I'm kind of like you see how this works here. Marshall ran 301 plays for 1,406 yards. Um, they have some fans jumping on other fans for doubting Dez, but I think criticism is a very healthy thing for fans to go through because every coach you have to have critics. If you don't have critics, there's no one out there you gotta try to prove wrong. I think it's a really good thing here. Do I like the way Coach Desimo is calling these offensive games? Not really. Not a big fan of it at all because it's just you have to realize what's. Wait, what?
Don't be afraid, man. Don't be afraid that make us approach this.
The offense sucks. Okay, I'll come out and say that. I'll be upfront with it. The Cajun offense sucks this year. Okay, so how do you help your quarterback out? So if you have an offensive line that last game they run blocked a lot better. Now is that a better thing of things to come, or they're going to keep trying to run the passing game offense here? So offensively, I think the Cajuns should start running the ball more than passing it. I think the running game really took off last game and looked really good. So it looked like they might be turning a corner for the offensive line in terms of run blocking. And, you get that with experience after some time. Now, as far as passing, it's like they can't tell when the blitz is coming. They have guys out of position. It's just a rough time for and you know that Warriors don't have that experience, neither does Fields, so they're out there taking some shots they don't need to take. They have guys not throwing the ball very well at all or accurate at all, where they're throwing it behind their receivers, not hitting them in stride. Sometimes the Cajun wide receiver dropping wide open passes. But I think that might have to do with the rhythm was doing. I think they got better as the game went along because of they had Woodridge in there for so long that they're able to adjust to how he throws the ball. Like if you're subbing guys in and out at the quarterback position that throw at different speeds, not everybody's got the same arm strength, not everybody's got the same accuracy. These receivers have to adjust in a game of how this quarterback's throwing. With all them constant variables going around, they can't adjust to, Woodridge might throw the ball faster than Fields. I don't catch the passes from these guys, so I don't really know what's going on in that regard. So that's adjustments they're going to have to make. So what you think about that, Juicy?
Yeah. So I mean, you start with what you said. Run the ball better. I have to agree, uh, but you can only do so much running the ball. Like you got to be able to pass, block. Kind of reiterating the point. You got to be able to protect the quarterback. You can't be one dimensional. That's what I'm gonna just add on to really what you were talking about.
I've always heard it before. If you don't have offensive balance, you can't keep the defense off of you. Which we mean by offensive balance is having a stable, if you're just a casual football fan and don't really watch it like Juicy and I do. Offensive balance refers to having a healthy dose of running. Like if you have 10 plays that you're going to run in a drive, ideally you want to have 5 rushing and 5 passing plays in that regard where you have a 10 play drive, which is that's what we mean by having.
Those are the 5 running pass plays that you're gonna probably go back to the most. That are the most your most successful ones.
Now, if you can run the ball against 8 guys in the box, go ahead and keep doing it. There's no need to
I mean,
because
yeah, I'm not saying don't run the ball if it ain't working from time to time. I mean, sometimes you just get defenses that are just tired out, and the offensive line just
they can just have
can't
that defensive line's
just
lunch.
yeah, make just run the play. I always like to say too, just run the play until they stop it. If they
Why
can't stop, just
keep running it, right? If it ain't broke, don't fix it, is what they say. All right, so prediction, Juicy, who you got against Louisiana versus Marshall? Hey, Juicy,
hello, hey.
who you got Louisiana versus Marshall?
Oh man, I'm gonna have to take Marshall in this one, man. I don't think I just don't think UL's gonna have it in them, have enough in them to go all 4 quarters with them. I think the offense is what's really gonna cost them. Because I agree with you, the defense may keep them in there at least 2.5 quarters or so, but I think the offense is just gonna defense put war out and they can't sustain the drives enough, get enough time possession. I just think time possession is going to kill the defense on this game. And I just think Marshall's going to
Mar, you know,
end up winning.
Marshall can run the ball very well. We've had that notice since last year that they very good at running the football in this game here. So I'm going to go with Marshall as my pick as well. Um, this is going to be kind of like a rebuilding year. I think we need to temper our expectations with the Cajuns here. I know we came on this podcast, and I will be the first to admit I picked them to go 10-2, and you had them going 9-3. So we
Yeah,
came, yeah.
pretty wrong.
So we were definitely. I thought that Napier had, brought left. They had enough talent left over here with people being in the system. There shouldn't have been that much of a change because you have an old OC coming in. Apparently, that's not the case. So, yeah, give me Marshall beating the Cajuns. I'm gonna say 24-18.
Oh, I was going to say 24-10.
Because I think, well, yeah, 24-17. Let me say that, because 18 is kind of a hard score to get to. I was gonna say they might miss an extra point or something, but
They kicked 6 field goals.
yeah, maybe. We'll see. Hey, that might be the case, bro. All right, switching gears now. LSU taking on number 25 ranked LSU. They finally got back in the rankings this week. Or at home at 11 a.m. kickoff against number 8 Tennessee here. This is the first time these two have met since 2010. And we all remember how that game ended out here. Tennessee got called with 13 guys on their defensive side of the ball, which they would have won the game if they wouldn't have committed that penalty, which was a dead ball foul. And
actually, a lot of people forget that LSU and Tennessee actually had met in Coach O's second year in Knoxville. Just it was a sloppy rain, and nobody, for some reason, everybody sees it.
no, they host them for the first time. They played in Knoxville. Yeah, my bad. They host them for the first time. Yeah, this is the first time they come to Baton Rouge since 2010. So Tennessee's looking really good. This is a big measuring stick for LSU this year. I think, Cedric.
Also big measure too.
Yeah, Cedric Tillman for Tennessee. He's been off to a fast start this year until he suffered an ankle injury against week 3 against Akron. Tillman underwent surgery, and we don't know if he's going to play this week against LSU. This is a big week for them here, so we'll see what happens here. So Keyshawn Butte, he missed the Tigers win over New Mexico for the birth of his child. That one game absence, he'd probably come back. Malik Neighbors really filled the role for that game here. So last time these two teams met in Baton Rouge, it was a 16-14 victory for LSU. That was then. This is now. Juicy, what you think is the biggest thing looking forward to this LSU Tennessee matchup here?
The biggest thing I'm looking forward to is can Jay Daniels step up, make plays down the field, put a ball down the field, take some shots. Tennessee's weak point is their secondary. So it'd be interesting to see if they can actually, or if the offensive coordinator can get some shot plays involved in the game. Challenge the Tennessee secondary. That's their weak point up to this point so far. I just want to see if Jaden Daniels can be the full potential quarterback that we know he could be. I know he's talented and he takes care of the ball, but I think his reads are kind of off sometimes.
Last week against Auburn, he was 8 of 20 for 80 yards against Auburn last week. So he hasn't really thrown the ball that much last week. He's completing 67.9% of his passes. He hasn't thrown an interception so far this year, but he only has one passing touchdown in his last 3 games. So what happens here? In a 38-33 win over 2 weeks ago against Florida, Tennessee allowed Anthony Richardson to throw for 453 yards. So I think there's a good chance here that LSU has a chance to pull this upset off here. I think they really do in this game. It's gonna be a tough one though. It's that the spread for this game is a field goal, and I really don't know how to even feel about this one here. But Auburn went in there and they racked up 438 yards against LSU's defense. So, but that's a concern considering how Auburn has looked so far this year, how weak they look. But then again,
300 of those came in the first half.
So yeah, LSU. Like I said, I was about to allude to that. LSU's defense stepped up in the second half a lot more in that game because they were down by 17 points and LSU managed to come back here. So Tennessee's more consistent offensively, and they probably will outscore the Tigers here. In that regard, which would give them the win. But I don't know, man. If I'm taking bets here,
I like the LSU defense for sure.
LSU's going to be getting the 3 points in the spread this week. So, Juicy, who you going with in this game?
Oh man, I'm like you. I went back and forth. I'm going back and forth about this, but I originally had in this game, so I'm already giving away my pick. But you know what? This is one of those upset picks that I'm gonna say. I think LSU can get the upset pick. I think it's gonna be a low scoring game actually, because I think LSU defense is gonna keep them in this game. So I'm gonna go with LSU for one of my upset picks.
I think the West. The West compared to the East competition, the West is definitely a lot better off. So I think Tennessee might be a little bit overrated in the Braves so far this year. So I'm actually going to go with you, Juicy. I think LSU's going to pull off an upset in Baton Rouge this Saturday. But yeah, I know that Auburn game was a real tough one for them. So I mean, if they start, it's going to depend on one thing. If they start off like they against an Auburn game against LSU and Auburn, if they start that first half, they're going to lose that ball game. They cannot play like they did against Auburn and expect to beat Tennessee.
Start off that first.
They're at home, so it should help them out a little bit better.
Which was prime time.
Yeah. So let's get down to the top 25 games for this week. You ready to dive in on in, Juicy?
Let's do it.
Number 1, Alabama versus Texas A&M. You know what? A lot of off-season commotion about this one on CBS. Their 7 o'clock game. Give me Alabama, man.
Yeah, I agree with you. The Jimbo Fisher, Saban, Spat, and all that. And then Mac Johnson's now going to be out for the rest of the year with a broken bone. So, yeah, I got Alabama in this. It ain't going to be close.
Number 2, Georgia versus Auburn. I got Georgia winning this one. Who you got?
Yeah, I got Georgia as well winning this game.
Number 3, Ohio State at Michigan State at 4 o'clock on ABC. Give me the Buckeyes. Who you got?
Yeah, I got the Buckeyes game as well.
Number 4, Michigan at Indiana. You know what? Indiana's been playing really well this year. I was kind of like, let me see. I'm trying to see if Indiana has definitely looked better this year in regards to, I know they lost to Cincinnati a little bit earlier here. Oh man, toying around with it, but I think Michigan's got this one. Give me Michigan to win this game.
Dude, dude, if you'd have picked Indiana for an upset pick, I was gonna flip my bed over my screen. I got Michigan winning this game. We're gonna be close.
I was actually joking about the whole entire thing.
I was gonna.
I was trying not to laugh, but yeah. But who knows? They're gonna probably end up upsetting them. Watch.
Yeah.
Because I've been trying to make a joke about it, right? So number 5, Clemson at Boston College. Give me the Tigers. Go
Yeah, I got
Clemson.
Clemson as well.
Number 6, USC versus Washington State. Give me the Trojans. I got USC winning it.
Yeah, USC as well.
Number 7, Oklahoma State versus Texas Tech. Give me the Cowboys. Oklahoma State.
No, you know what? I'll take Oklahoma State. I was thinking for a second about Texas Tech, but nah, I'm not Texas Tech yet.
Number 9, Ole Miss at Vanderbilt. We already picked Tennessee and LSU, so if you want to recap of that, I picked LSU and Juicy also picked LSU in that one. So number 9, Ole Miss at Vanderbilt. I got Ole Miss winning this one.
I got Ole Miss winning this one as well.
Top 25 matchup. Number 11, Utah at number 18, UCLA. I'm gonna let you pick this one first, Juicy.
Interesting, but I would say. Hold on, let me figure this out. You know, UCLA's look real. I think kind of overrated. Honestly, you know, I'm gonna take the I'm gonna go with the upset here and pick the Bruins because Utah is favored in this game.
I'm gonna go with the Bruins as well, even though they can't. Then there's not gonna be nobody over there when they play. Number 12, Oregon at Arizona. I got the Ducks. Who you got, Juicy?
Yeah, I got the Ducks as well. Oregon's looked a lot better since the shellacking against Georgia.
Yeah. Number 13, Kentucky versus South Carolina. I think Kentucky rebounds and ends up beating South Carolina. Who you got, Juicy?
Oh, yeah. You know what? Give me the Wildcats. I wasn't going to pull the trigger on it upset because I was thinking about it.
Number 14, NC State versus Florida State. I'm going to pull an upset. Give me Florida State to win this game.
I like it. Because you know what? I think you must be reading my mind. We're going with all the same.
Oh, bruh. Let's go, bruh.
State. I'm
going
with Florida. So.
Okay. Number 15, Wake Forest versus Army. I got Wake Forest winning this one. It shouldn't be close.
Yeah, I got Wake Forest. Wake Forest been looking really good.
Number 16, BYU versus Notre Dame. I got BYU beating Notre Dame. Who you got, Juicy?
You know, actually, I'm gonna have Notre Dame in this game. It's
okay.
Notre Dame is actually favorite, but I'm gonna call it an upset because BYU's ranked. I'm gonna go with the Irish.
Number 17, TCU at number 19, Kansas. Man, I want Kansas to win this game so freaking bad.
Look at Kansas, man.
Yeah, look.
We're going there this weekend.
I hope Kansas wins this game. I don't think they will. I'm going with TCU. Who you got, Juicy? But I'm pulling for Kansas though. Let's go Jayhawks, man.
You know what, man? I'm pulling for Kansas. You know what? I might as well join them. I'm going to go with this upset here. I'm going to say Kansas.
Okay.
Top Jayhawks.
Number 20, Kansas State at Iowa State. Give me Kansas State. They've been playing really well this year.
Yes, I like Kansas State to win this one as well.
Number 21, Washington at Arizona State. Arizona State's in disarray.
Oh yeah, Arizona State with the Herb Edwards deal. Give me Washington.
Number 23, Mississippi State versus Arkansas. I'm going with an upset. Give me the Razorbacks. Let's go.
Ooh, not so fast, my friend. Maybe Corso says I will go with.
Really? So you pick Mississippi State?
Yeah, I got Mississippi
Okay.
State.
Number 24, Cincinnati versus South Florida. Give me Cincinnati. Who you got, Juicy?
Yeah, this one won't be close. Give me Cincinnati.
All right. Yeah, well, thank y'all for tuning into the Fishbowl Radio here tonight. Hope y'all enjoyed this episode here. Anything you want to say, Juice, before we get off the air here?
No, I'm just I think that's it, man.
Well, thank y'all for tuning in. Hope you have a great, wonderful week here. We'll see how Saturday shakes out here, and we'll have more content for y'all next week. Hope you have a great, wonderful week, and enjoy your weekend as you watch college football this week. Hope your favorite team wins. Have a good night, Fishbowl Nation.
All right, cool.